you're watching the news on DD India. Some major announcements by the Prime Minister on his address this morning. But first, the headlines. In a major move, Prime Minister Narendra Modi announces repeal of the 3 farm laws in a nationwide address. This morning, Prime Minister says the 3 laws to be repealed in coming Parliament session. Prime Minister Modi to launch development projects worth over rupees 6,250 crore at Jhansi and Mahoba in Uttar Pradesh today. Projects will alleviate water shortage and provide potable water benefiting millions of people. To lay the foundation stone of a 600 megawatt solar power park and Atal Ekta Park. Prime Minister Modi to take part in the concluding event of a 3-day National Defence Dedication Festival at Jhansi today will hand over an indigenously developed helicopter and defence technologies to the armed forces and will lay the foundation stone of a nearly 400 crore rupees project at the Jhansi node of the Uttar Pradesh Defence Industrial Corridor. Birth anniversary celebrations of Guru Nanak Dev Ji today. Festival of Guru Purab being celebrated with great devotion and enthusiasm. Gurudwaras decorated with flowers and lights to mark the occasion. President, Vice President and Prime Minister extend greetings on the occasion. 52nd International Film Festival of India to begin at Goa from tomorrow. Veteran actor and lawmaker Hema Malini and lyricist Prasoon Joshi to be honoured with the IFFI Personality of the Year Award. India all set for the second T20I match against New Zealand in Ranchi today. India leads in T20I 3 matches series with the opening victory. Aims to maintain consistency in their performance. Hello and welcome. I am Samriddhi Goel. And first up, Prime Minister Narendra Modi today made a big announcement of repealing the 3 farm laws. In his address to the nation, the Prime Minister has said that the government will begin the constitutional process of repeals the law during the winter session of the Parliament beginning November 29th. Now, he urged farmers to return home to their families and start afresh.
हमने 3 कृषि कानूनों को वापस लेने का, रिपील करने का निर्णय लिया है। इस महीने के अंत में शुरू होने जा रहे संसद सत्र में, इसी महीने में हम तीनों कृषि कानूनों को रिपील करने की संवैधानिक प्रक्रिया को पूरा कर देंगे। साथियों, मैं आज अपने सभी आंदोलनरत किसान साथियों से आग्रह कर रहा हूं, आज गुरु पर्व का पवित्र दिन है। अब आप अपने अपने घर लौटे, अपने खेत में लौटे, अपने परिवार के बीच लौटे। आइए एक नई शुरुआत करते हैं, नए सिरे से आगे बढ़ते हैं।
The Prime Minister also said that the government has also decided to implement a zero-budget natural farming. He added that in order to make MSP more efficient and other issues, a committee will be formed which will comprise state, centre representatives, farmers, scientists and economists.
आज ही सरकार ने कृषि क्षेत्र से जुड़ा एक और अहम फैसला लिया है। जीरो बजट खेती यानी प्राकृतिक खेती को बढ़ावा देने के लिए देश की बदलती आवश्यकताओं को ध्यान में रखकर क्रॉप पैटर्न को वैज्ञानिक तरीके से बदलने के लिए एमएसपी को और अधिक प्रभावी और पारदर्शी बनाने के लिए ऐसे सभी विषयों पर भविष्य को ध्यान में रखते हुए निर्णय लेने के लिए एक कमेटी का गठन किया जाएगा। इस कमेटी में केंद्र सरकार, राज्य सरकारों के प्रतिनिधि होंगे, किसान होंगे, कृषि वैज्ञानिक होंगे, कृषि अर्थशास्त्री होंगे। साथियों, हमारी सरकार किसानों के हित में काम करती रही है और आगे भी करती रहेगी।
The Prime Minister said that when he became the Prime Minister in 2014, the government prioritized the farmers' welfare and development. The government worked in providing farmers with seeds at reasonable rates and facilities like micro-irrigation, 22 crore soil health cards. Such factors have contributed to increase agriculture production.
देश के छोटे किसानों की चुनौतियों को दूर करने के लिए हमने बीज, बीमा, बाजार और बचत, इन सभी पर चौतरफा काम किया। सरकार ने अच्छी क्वालिटी के बीज के साथ ही किसानों को नीम कोटेड यूरिया, सॉइल हेल्थ कार्ड, माइक्रो इरिगेशन जैसी सुविधाओं से भी जोड़ा। हमने 22 करोड़ सॉइल हेल्थ कार्ड किसानों को दिए और इस वैज्ञानिक अभियान के कारण एग्रीकल्चर प्रोडक्शन भी बढ़ा।
Leaders cutting across party lines have welcomed the government's decision to repeal the farm laws. They also urged the agitating farmers to call off stir and return to their homes and farmlands.
आज प्रातः काल आपने देखा होगा 8 बजे इस देश के यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री जी ने पूरे देश को संबोधित करते हुए उन 3 कृषि कानूनों को वापस लेने की घोषणा की, जिसको लेकर के कतिपय किसान संगठन विरोध कर रहे थे। कृषि कानून चाहे जैसे भी रहे हो, लेकिन अगर कहीं से आवाज निकली है तो लोकतंत्र में उस आवाज को हम अनसुनी नहीं कर सकते। ये हमारी कमी थी कि हम लोगों ने सही चीज समय पर उन लोगों तक पहुंचाने में कोताही बरती होगी, लेकिन जब कहीं से आवाज उठी है तो उसकी भी सुनवाई होना।
Meanwhile, farmers in Punjab have welcomed the government's decision to withdraw the 3 farm laws. Let's hear what they have to say.
प्रधानमंत्री जी ने आज ही वो इस सारी बात को लेकर के अपनी बात कही है, तो मुझे सिर्फ इतना ही कहना है कि उन्होंने सारी विस्तार से चर्चा करने के पश्चात जो है वो सारी चीजों को सही परिप्रेक्ष्य में देखते हुए जो भी निर्णय लिया है प्रधानमंत्री जी ने, उसका हम स्वागत करते हैं।
Prime Minister has taken the decision in favor of farmers. There is no need to read between lines that it is for electoral gains. BJP is in position to win unopposed in many places as there is no fight. This decision is in interest of farmers and I congratulate Prime Minister.
प्रकाश उत्सव के पावन पर्व पर आज प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने तीनों कृषि बिल वापस लेने की घोषणा की है। तमाम किसानों को इसका स्वागत करना चाहिए, अपने धरने समाप्त कर देने चाहिए और अपने अपने घरों को जाकर अपने नियमित कामों की ओर लगना चाहिए।
कृषि कानूनों को प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने रद्द करने का ऐलान किया और इससे ये पता चलता है कि प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी जहां एक निर्णायक व्यक्तित्व के मालिक हैं और इस व्यक्तित्व में एक ऐसा दिल धड़कता है जो गरीबों के लिए है, किसानों के लिए है। जब उन्हें लगा कि कृषि कानून जो है वो किसान भाई नहीं चाहते हैं तो उन्होंने अपना ही निर्णय रद्द करने से गुरेज नहीं किया। किसान भाइयों को बधाई देता हूं कि अब हमें सभी को जो है जुट जाना चाहिए इस देश को आगे ले जाने के लिए और जल्द ऐसा काम करना चाहिए कि श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में ये भारत देश परम वैभव तक पहुंचे।
कि किसी भी सरकार का यही प्रयास होता है कि उसके किए गए कार्यों से सबका साथ, सबका विश्वास और सबका विकास साथ में चले। हरियाणा, पंजाब, पश्चिमी यूपी के कुछ किसान संगठन इसका विरोध कर रहे थे। इन सब को ध्यान में रखते हुए और संवेदना दिखाते हुए प्रधानमंत्री जी ने आज ये कानून वापस लिया। हालांकि इस कानून में कोई गड़बड़,
आज खुशी का कोई अंत ही नहीं और धन्यवाद है मोदी जी का।
हमारे किसान बहुत खुश होंगे। हम लोग जो राजनीति में हैं, हम भी लोग बहुत खुश हैं।
पहले डीडी न्यूज का धन्यवाद करता हूं। तो जो आज गुरु नानक के से गुरपुर पे सरकार ने जो किसानों के आंदोलन चला था 1 साल से ऊपर हो जाने वाला है, तो जो उनका संघर्ष था वो आज मैं सोच रहा हूं जो कदम किया है, लेकिन भावें लेट आए हैं लेकिन अच्छा किया है।
जो मुख्यमंत्री साहब, प्रधानमंत्री ने जो कहा है बहुत अच्छा है और जो भी हमारे जहां पर उनके लिए थोड़ा दिमाग में गुस्सा आ रहा था, अभी वो भी थोड़ा टल जाएगा। सही है, तो बहुत अच्छा है।
हम गुरुपुरब मना के और जो किसानों की खुशी है उसी में शामिल होके ये खुशी मनाएंगे।
हम उस दिन खुशी का इजहार करेंगे जिस रोज जैसे विधानसभा में पास किए थे वैसे उस विधानसभा में रद्द करेंगे। हम सभी किसान भाइयों की तरफ से उसका धन्यवाद करते हैं। खुशी तो दुगना हो गया है। गुरु नानक देव जी गुरपुरब है, बहुत खुशी है। जो ठीक है, नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने जो किया है तो उसका धन्यवाद करते हैं। तो आगे भी जो किसानों की समस्या है उसका हल होना चाहिए।
और प्रधानमंत्री जी ने जो कृषि कानून वापस लिया है उनका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। और वो हमेशा ही किसानों की हितैषी योजनाओं की में हमेशा ही उन्होंने गरीब किसानों को साथ दिया है।
माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने तीनों कृषि कानून वापस लेने पर हम माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के आभारी हैं और तीनों कृषि कानून से जो किसानों को जो मन में दुविधा थी वो सारी समस्या का निराकरण हो गया और हम माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के बहुत ही आभारी हैं।
खुशी हुई कि प्रधानमंत्री जी ने कृषि बिल वापस ले लिया। मैं प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी को ये बधाई देता हूँ। और प्रधानमंत्री जी ने किसानों के लिए क्या नहीं किया, सम्मान निधि, किसान क्रेडिट कार्ड, अनेकों योजनाएं जो किसानों को लाभ देने के लिए प्रधानमंत्री जी ने बनाई है, मैं उनके लिए भी मोदी जी को बधाई देता हूँ।
प्रधानमंत्री जी ने किसान कानूनों को वापस लेने का जो फैसला लिया है वो बहुत ही स्वागत योग्य है। वैसे किसानों के लिए सदैव ही प्रधानमंत्री जी संवेदनशील रहे। किसान क्रेडिट कार्ड योजना हो, किसान सम्मान निधि हो या फिर किसानों से जुड़ी और भी तमाम योजनाएं ऐसी हैं जिन्होंने प्रधानमंत्री ने जिनको लागू करके किसानों को राहत पहुंचाने की कोशिश की है।
Well, some reactions there from farmers and leaders from various political parties, mostly positive reactions and welcoming the move, the Prime Minister's announcement on repealing the 3 farm laws. Now moving on, in a significant boost for the Self-Reliant India campaign, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will also hand over the indigenously developed light combat helicopter, unmanned aerial vehicle and advanced electronic warfare suite to the naval ships to the armed forces at Jhansi today. He will take part in the concluding event of the 3-day National Defence Dedication Festival. The Prime Minister will lay the foundation stone of a nearly $53 million project of Bharat Dynamics Limited at the Jhansi node of the Uttar Pradesh Defence Industrial Corridor.
As part of the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav celebrations, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will launch and dedicate to the nation multiple initiatives of the defence sector at Rashtra Raksha Samarpan Parv during his visit to Jhansi in Uttar Pradesh on the 19th of November.
The two defense industrial corridors, one at UP and another at Tamil Nadu, have been built to push for indigenous defense manufacturing and high technology in India. They will be realizing Prime Minister Modi's dream of Make in India and Make for the world. On Friday, the Prime Minister would be dedicating to the nation the Bharat Dynamics Limited's facility here at Jhansi. This is a 400 crore rupees project, and Bharat Dynamics Limited will be manufacturing propulsion systems for anti-tank guided missiles here, making it another step towards Atmanirbhar Bharat.
To give a thrust to Atmanirbhar Bharat in the defence sector, the PM will formally hand over indigenously designed and developed equipment to Armed Forces Services Chiefs. These include handing over of Hindustan Aeronautics Limited designed and developed Light Combat Helicopter LCH to Chief of Army Staff, drones and UAVs designed and developed by Indian startups to Chief of Army Staff, and DRDO designed and Bharat Electronics Limited manufactured Advanced Electronic Warfare Suite for naval ships to Chief of Naval Staff. The LCH incorporates advanced technologies and stealth features for effective combat roles. The deployment of Indian UAVs by Indian Armed Forces is also a proof of the growing maturity of the Indian drone industry ecosystem. The advanced EW suite will be used in different naval ships, including destroyers, frigates and others. Prime Minister Modi will also lay the foundation stone of the 400 crore rupees project at Jhansi node of UP Defence Industrial Corridor. The project is being executed by Bharat Dynamics Limited for setting up a plant to produce propulsion systems for anti-tank guided missiles. The PM will launch the NCC Alumni Association with the objective to provide a formal platform to enable NCC alumni to reconnect with the NCC. It will witness enrolling of the Prime Minister, a former NCC cadet, as the first member of the association. Prime Minister Modi will also dedicate to the nation augmented reality-powered electronic kiosks at the National War Memorial, which will enable visitors to pay floral homage to martyrs through the simple click of a button. With Nandita Dagar in Jhansi, Bureau Report, DD India.
Now, besides Jhansi, Prime Minister Modi will visit Mahoba in Uttar Pradesh today. He will launch multiple development projects worth over $840 million in Jhansi and Mahoba. The projects will alleviate water shortage in the region, benefiting millions of farmers. These projects will provide potable water to the people, and the Prime Minister will in fact also lay the foundation stone of a 600 megawatt ultra mega solar power park.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will also visit Mahoba on 19th November 2021. In a significant initiative to alleviate water distress, Prime Minister will inaugurate multiple projects in Mahoba. These projects will help alleviate the issue of water shortage in the region and bring much needed relief to the farmers. These projects include Arjun Sahayak Project, Ratoli Veer Project, Bhavni Dam Project and Majgaon Chili Sprinkler Project. The cumulative cost of these projects is more than Rs 3,250 crores, and their operationalization will help in irrigation of around 65,000 hectares of land in the districts of Mahoba, Hamirpur, Banda and Lalitpur. Benefiting lakhs of farmers of the region, these projects will also provide potable drinking water to the region. Later, Prime Minister will participate in a program during which he will lay the foundation stone of 600 megawatt ultra mega solar power park at Garotha in Jhansi. It is being constructed at a cost of over Rs 3,000 crores and will help provide the dual benefits of cheaper electricity and grid stability. Prime Minister will also inaugurate Atal Ekta Park in Jhansi. Named after former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee, the park has been built at a cost of over Rs 11 crore and is spread across an area of about 40,000 square meters. Bureau Report, DD India.
Now, Gurpurab or Prakash Utsav, more commonly known as Guru Nanak Jayanti, is being celebrated today. The day commemorates the birth anniversary of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, the founder of the religion of Sikhism and the first of the Sikh Gurus. This year marks the 552nd birth anniversary celebrations. It is believed that Guru Nanak Dev Ji brought enlightenment to this world. The festivities begin with Prabhat Feris or early morning processions at the Gurudwara. After the morning hymns are recited, a narration of the Katha and a Kirtan follows. Well, after that, prayers, Sikhs get together for the langar or the community meals. After meals or langar and the Katha and Kirtan recitations are over, the festivities conclude with Gurbani at night. Ahead of Guru Nanak Jayanti, Kartarpur corridor reopened on November 17 that allowed pilgrims to visit the Sikh shrine in Pakistan from India. President Ramnath Kovind has extended greetings of Guru Purab to the countrymen, and in a tweet the President also urged citizens to follow the footprints of Guru Nanak Dev Ji. The Vice President Venkaiah Naidu has also extended warm greetings on the auspicious occasion of the birth anniversary of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, and in a tweet he said, "He has remained an embodiment of truth, compassion and righteousness and taught us all to respect humankind. May this eternal message continue to guide us in building a just and humane society." Prime Minister Narendra Modi too has extended greetings to all on the occasion of Dev Deepavali and Prakash Parv. Prime Minister said that it is pleasing that Kartarpur corridor has now reopened after a gap of 1.5 years. He remembered golden words by Guru Nanak Dev Ji and said Guru Nanak Ji had said that only by taking the path of service to the nation can life turn out well. The Prime Minister also added that the government has been working with this sense of service to make the lives of people easy.
ये भी बहुत सुखद है कि 1.5 साल के अंतराल के बाद करतारपुर साहिब कॉरिडोर अब फिर से खुल गया है। साथियों, गुरु नानक जी ने कहा है, बीच दुनिया सेवी कमाइए त दरगिही बेसन पाइए, यानी संसार में सेवा का मार्ग अपनाने से ही जीवन सफल होता है। हमारी सरकार इसी सेवा भावना के साथ देशवासियों का जीवन आसान बनाने में जुटी है।
Preparations are on full swing for the 52nd edition of the International Film Festival of India at Goa. The 9-day festival, which begins tomorrow, will continue till the 28th of this month. Now, this time around, the BRICS Film Festival will be held alongside IFFI and will be showcasing films from the BRICS countries. Making the announcement of veteran actress and MP Hema Malini and renowned lyricist Prasoon Joshi being honoured with the IFFI Personality of the Year award, Information and Broadcasting Minister said that they are Indian cinematic icons who are admired and respected the world over.
इंडियन फिल्म पर्सनालिटी ऑफ द ईयर हेमा मालिनी जी को और प्रसून जोशी जी को दिया जाएगा। सत्यजीत रे लाइफ टाइम अचीवमेंट अवार्ड है, उसमें भी 2 बड़े नाम, एक अमेरिकन फिल्म मेकर है, एक हंगेरियन फिल्म मेकर है, और दोनों ने ही अपने अवार्ड्स को लेने के लिए मंजूरी भी दी है। कोविड प्रोटोकॉल के चलते वे व्यक्तिगत रूप से नहीं आ पाएंगे, लेकिन दोनों ने अवार्ड्स लेने के लिए अपनी सहमति जताई है।
The India International Trade Fair 2021, which is being held after a gap of a year, opened for the general public from today. It will culminate on November 27th. IITF at Pragati Maidan is being organized with Atmanirbhar Bharat as its theme, with a focus on economy, export potential, infrastructure supply chain, demand and vibrant demography of the country. Participants from states, government departments, domestic as well as international firms are participating in the fair. IITF entry tickets will now be available at only 65 selected metro stations, and the tickets can be purchased from the customer care centres of these stations from 9 AM until 4 PM. The fair was not held last year due to the COVID-19 pandemic. This year, the trade fair is being organised as an integral part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, commemorating the 75th year celebrations of India's independence. The fair also aims to showcase the indomitable spirit of the business fraternity in India, who face tremendous challenges due to COVID-19 pandemic. Now, moving on in sports, after a scintillating performance, India will look to clinch the series, albeit with a more impactful batting performance from the middle order in the second T20 international against New Zealand in Ranchi today. More in our next report. After registering an opening victory against the Kiwis, Rohit and company will now be up for the second T20 international in Ranchi. The new Team India looks even more confident now and is all set to face Team New Zealand with aiming for a consistent record. Both bowling and batting were perfect in the last match, and Rohit's captaincy made a thumping impact on the ground. On the other hand, Suryakumar Yadav's explosive style was also commendable, and Rishabh Pant too came out as a better finisher. Ravichandran Ashwin and Bhuvneshwar Kumar made full use of their experience. However, the match also brought few opportunities to learn for the team. Suryakumar Yadav in particular needs to understand that throwing wickets at the last minute can destroy the winning scenarios. Talking about Team New Zealand, Martin Guptill and Mark Chapman hit half-centuries in a brilliant way and took New Zealand to a good score. However, Trent Bolt's absence in the bowling took toll on the team. In the match to be played in Ranchi, Ish Sodhi can definitely be seen in the playing 11. Talking about the statistics, India and New Zealand have had 18 T20Is so far, in which both the teams have won 9 matches. New Zealand will be under pressure to save the series, with an aim to win their maiden T20I series for coach Rahul Dravid and captain Rohit Sharma this time. The T20I series will be double the thrill. Sports Desk, DD India. Well, that's all we have for you in this bulletin of the news. News continues on DD India. Do stay tuned in. Thanks for watching.